This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Call Holayim La, Abba Nawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekat, Quadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. And those children that are oppressing us is the nation of the red Hebrew Edomites, because they have the mentality and the characteristics of a goddamn child, man. Okay, just think about it. Every time they don't get their way, they throw a temper tantrum. They cry like little bitches, okay, and they act like kids, man. If they can't have their way, then can't nobody have their way. If they can't, see things how they want it to be, then everything has to be destroyed, okay. But they have set up the women to rule over our nation, and this all goes back into the format and the structure, starting with the Willie Lynch letter, and also those Jim Crow laws, which actually was somewhat of a benefit for us, if you actually really think about it, because it actually divided and kept us separate from these heathens. Because as the Lord says in Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26, that he severed us from other nations and that we're supposed to be holy. Okay, so again, Isaiah 3 verse 12, as for my people, children, okay, the Edomites are their oppressors, and women rule over them, okay, because again, it all goes back to Willie Lynch giving that advice of emasculating the man, buck breaking, if I'm saying it correctly, Salakia, and also telling these women to get their children in line, and also showing forth examples of what they don't want to occur to their husbands and to their children, to put them in the position and in the steed of leadership, okay, and which is completely off, okay, and women rule over them. O my people, they which that lead thee, okay, because again, the first ones that's calling the shots is these Edomites, and these Edomites have given these women, okay, the position of leadership in the household and everything else too, man. Just getting the jobs before the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians. Okay, just look, you see it. Okay, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. Okay, and as you see on the screen right here, it says churches control women, schools to control the children, prisons control the father. And what is this all? What do all these things have in common? Okay, it's just a couple of things that these things that you see on the screen have in common, and I just read it to you in this precept. Okay, first is the Edomites. This is all their formats, their structure, the structure that they have set up. And then the ones that's controlling the household, the ones that's making the children go to the church, making the children bow down to the oppressor in that image, is the women. The ones that's pushing these kids to go to these schools and be nurtured is the women. Okay, so with all this being orchestrated and the woman be put in positions of leadership, you go down to the last one, prison control the father. Because again, with the father being taken out of the household, and women giving the positions of head of the household, and benefits for education and all these things, you don't have a man in the household to teach these young men how to actually be men and to control their emotions, and amongst other things too, to actually be a man. Okay, and that's in this time, day and age. But back then, when you actually had men in the household, you still had that again, the Jim Crow laws and the Willie Lynch and all that. You had that slave patrol, okay, going on, which targeted the men, and also was forming in fashion to what we see now. Okay, and I'm gonna read something real quick. We're gonna go into a little bit of history, and I'm gonna grab one more precept after I read what I read. I don't want Rock Desire this to be a short, straight to the point lesson. So I'm gonna go to the Willie Lynch letter first, and I'm just gonna read a summary of it. And I think I might have this, but you know what? I don't want Ratazah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this right now. I don't want Ratazah. I might order this weekend, and we'll do a lesson on this whole book, Lord willing. If Yahweh Shemel Shah can put the spirit on me to remember and do this. But I Lord willing, I order this tomorrow. It's only $7. Yeah, so I don't want to wrap this out. I order this tomorrow, and we'll do a lesson on it. But this is a quick summary of the book. It says the Willie Lynch letter and the making of a slave is a speech delivered by Willie Lynch to an audience of the bank of the James River in Virginia, 1712, and that's where I was birthed, in Virginia, and that's where I'm speaking my lessons from here in Virginia. But my father is from Cambridge, Maryland. That's where he landed at and resided at. Okay, in Virginia, 1712, regarding control of slaves within the colony, the speaker Willie Lynch is said to have been a slave owner in the West Indies, and was summoned to Virginia in 1712, in part due to several slave revolts. And again, as I just spoke about my father, being born in slavery in Cambridge, Maryland. And if you know your history, and if you've done your history, Cambridge, Maryland is actually the beginning of a lot of so-called black revolts, so-called black rebellions. It mainly started in that sector on the East Coast in Cambridge, Maryland. Okay, and if you don't believe me, do your own research. It tells you that a lot of stuff when it comes to rebellions and revolts for so-called black people, because a lot of and let me say this too, man, because a lot of Jays give me friction for this. Gad and Reuben and the other so-called Latino and Hispanic tribes is all through America. We know that, okay? And I've also done my research and to see that that area where my father was born had a great abundance of West Indies and West African slaves in that sector where he was born from. So, but continuing on. Summoned to Virginia in 1712 in part due to several slave revolts in the area prior to his visit, Willie Lynch. The Willie Lynch letter is an account of a short speech given by Willie Lynch in which he tells other slave owners that he has discovered the secret to controlling enslaved Africans by setting them against one another. And it goes into a lot, okay, which they use and which is still in effect until this day. Now let's go here real quick. Let's get some of these Jim Crow laws. And if you actually sit back and think about this, this actually was somewhat to our benefit, but with it being structured from Esau, it was made grievous towards our people. But this says Jim Crow laws were a system of racial segregation. Okay, because again, we're supposed to be severed from these other nations. We're holy, they're profane. Okay, the Lord is supping with us. Okay, and disenfranchisement that affected almost every aspect of daily life in the American South for nearly 75 years. Some examples of Jim Crow laws include voting registration, which that's a benefit for us because we're not supposed to be voting for a heathen to be over us. Okay, Deuteronomy 17 verse 15. Okay, voting voting restrictions, poll taxes, literacy tests, and the grandfather clause were used to prevent black men from voting. Okay, segregation. Laws required separation of races in public schools, parks, libraries, restrooms, buses, trains, and restaurants. And again, laws required of public races in public schools, which we don't need to be in their schools, we don't need to be in their parks, we don't need to be in their libraries, okay, because our people need to be taught by the Bible. Those are our laws, those are our teachings, okay. And then as far as like mathematics and everything else, our people have the knowledge of that. Okay, marriage restrictions, interracial marriage, okay, was prohibited in most southern states. And if I'm not mistaken, the first interracial marriage that was passed, I believe, was here in Virginia. I know it's in the month of June. I just can't remember the exact date when it occurred. Okay, residential segregation. Begin. All these things benefit us, man. It's just grievous because it's done by heathens, it's done by the wicked. But all these things actually benefited us, man. Separate textbooks, okay? Separate Bibles. Okay, it says separate Bibles in Atlanta. African Americans in court were given a different Bible from white people to swear on. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. I'm going to continue on. Y'all can look this stuff up for yourself. It says separate waiting rooms. Railroad cars had separate waiting rooms for blacks and white passengers. Social constructs, okay? Black and white is social constructs. Okay, it's the white is the term to make so-called white people to make it seem like they're pure innocent, and black is a term for so-called Southern Kingdom. So like in Southern Kingdom, so-called Negroes, Negroes, West Indies, and Haitians to be labeled as evil and wicked, etc. Void without light. Separate interests, circuses and two ticket offices and etc. Background checks. That's fucking crazy. Background checks, really. But that's just a few to name. In actual reality, man, it seems harsh, but I believe in the spirit. This is actually for our benefit to be separated from these damn nations. Okay, because you had Martin Luther King and all these sellouts that wanted unity. Okay, we don't need no fucking unity, man. But let's grab these last precepts and I'm gonna close it on out. And I'm gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And I don't want to write this out. This is informative and edifying to the truth and say Aki and Wa'akwaf. And Thawada to the beloved Shar Amawan Abba for posting this in a group chat. Once I saw that, the spirit jumped on me to do a lesson. Thawada Shar Amawan Abba. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. I'm gonna read from verses 6 to verse 15. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Okay, again, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. And this is clear and cut. It's the devil, man. You know, they have, again, everything in their use, everything that's present, because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has given the world in the palm of their hands. They have control of the earth. They're in rulership right now. Okay, and it says, "Let us use the creatures like as in youth." And who are the men of the earth that are mainly using? Our nation. Okay, they're using our nation for their free labor, for their growth, for their success. Okay, for their riches that they have gained upon the earth. Verse 7, "Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us by." And again, they have everything in their possession, man. They have everything that the heart could desire, man. Okay, they have all the upscale stuff of the world. Okay, stuff that's considered as luxury. Okay, and this is all from, our blood, sweat, tears, our forefathers, our people's death, our hardship, our heartache, our pain, all that, man. Okay, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Okay, because we know these people have also, with them crowning themselves, they think that they're above all nations, and they think that they're the smartest people on the planet. They think that they're godlike. They truly believe their lies. Verse 9, "Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place." And what are those tokens? Again, our horrific, grievous state, our pain, our history that we have gone through, the bloodshed, the murder, the rape, rob, pillage. That's the real tokens, man. Those are the real memorials that they have left for themselves, man. The downfall of our people, us being conquered, man. It's not no goddamn, the little bullshit that they, that we see. No, man, it's the blood that's being shed of our people, man. Okay, we're the tokens, man. Okay, of our joyfulness in every place. Okay, in every place in Babylon, in every land, you got these fucking pompous ass, racist, proud ass Edomite statues, and all these colleges, streets, community centers, schools. Okay, all these places that's named after our oppressors, man. Okay. For this is our portion, and our lot is this: let us oppress the poor righteous man. And that's our people, man. And again, this is a prime example of the format being structured for our people to be oppressed. Okay, and again, it starts with the woman, with Esau putting a woman in rulership and giving her an alliance, a covenant with him to be his pit bull, his guard dog for her nation, man. Okay, point blank period, man. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, which we see and we have saw and we continue to see. They don't spare the widow. They didn't spare the widow and roots and anything else that you have seen, man. These people have no pity, no remorse, no sympathy, no empathy in anything that they have done. Okay, apology is not enough. 40 acres and a mule is not enough. Okay, no. Bloodshed is perfect, and you going into chains is righteous. Okay, and you being taken out of rulership and other things that need to occur and happen according to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that is what needs to be done. All right. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. And again, no remorse, no mercy on the widow or the gray head. Okay, they had Jake working until the day he died, man. Okay, you chop off your hand and your foot, you still gotta go into that damn field and pick that cotton or that tobacco or that sugar cane. Whatever type of plantation you was on, man. These people don't give a fuck about you. Okay. Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. Okay. As I just read to you. Okay. The Willie Lynch letter. That was part of the blueprint. Okay. The Jim Crow laws. That was part of the blueprint. Okay. And you know, other things that they have in the Constitution. That's part of the blueprint. And laws that they still have on the books until this day for so-called blacks, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians. That's still part of the blueprint. Redlining. Okay, all these things that you simple Negroes don't know about is still part of the agenda. Setting up the woman over the man was part of the blueprint. The schools is part of the blueprint to indoctrinate your children. So they rate the government, the 1%ers own your kids. You don't own your children, man. You have no say so. Even if you go to court and get custody, you still don't have any fucking say so, man. So how can you have joy of your children, man? Okay? In the prison system, most of the prisons are privately owned, man. That's profit. And there's a constitutional number, which I believe is Amendment 13, that if you go to jail, you're a slave. So they use people in jail for slave labor, man. Okay? For free labor, Salakia. Verse 11, let our strength be the law of justice, okay, which their law is no justice, it's unrighteous, it's cruel, it's wicked. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing rough. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. Okay, and you can tell that our people are not like these other nations, man. Even with the wicked, two-thirds and everything else, our people are compassionate. Our people do, amongst their liking, have some type of sympathy and compassion towards one another until something changes that stance. Okay, Wisdom of Solomon 2 verse 12. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law. Because again, everything, and that's the prophets being arisen right now and telling you the truth, telling you how this man has been ruling and the laws that he have been decreeing, which our people already know the laws are against them, that they are completely wicked and utterly unrighteous, man. Okay? And the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah are just and balanced, man. Okay? He upbraideth us with our offending the law. Okay, because what is being pushed right now too also, the LGB alphabet community. Okay, excuse me. Just the whole judicial system, the government, all these things, man, they offend and completely go against the structure and the guidelines of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Upbraiding us with our offending the law and objective to our infamity. So like an infamy, the transgressings of our education. Okay, because the education here in Babylon the Great is just basically you're being prepped and taught how to be a good boy or a good young girl. How to yes sir, no sir, yes sir, massa. That's all it is, man. That's all the education is. The education is that the white man is God. He created everything. He did this, he did that. You're nobody. That's it. That's literally it. And they chopped it up from what kindergarten to the 12th grade. Okay, so what is that? What, the kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, 7 years in grade school. Then you go to middle school, depending on which area you at. You might have the middle school and high school together in one, but if you don't, you have the middle school. So that'll be 7th and 8th grade. That's 2 years of that, and then you go to high school for 4 years, and then if you go to college to learn how to be a real good slave and get debt, depending on your major. That'll depend on how long you'll be there to accumulate that debt. Okay? But let me continue on this and close this out. So, like, I didn't mean for this to be too long, but again, I don't want to wrap this out, hoping I pray it's edifying. Verse 13, he professeth to have the knowledge of the Most High. Okay, because, if you go back to Deuteronomy, I believe chapter 4, the Lord tells you that he sups with us. And, again, even with us, when we was in a zombie-like mindset and we was not introduced and awoken to our heritage and to being retaught our Bible and our customs from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, we still had somewhat of an inspiration and a discernment of the right way. Because those of us that were called to be in this truth now and hopefully to be part of that number, we always knew when we were coming up that things wasn't right and how this man was running things and his laws and this and that and everything else was wicked as hell. We knew that, in our spirit. Okay, the Lord just had to reveal it to us. All right, he professeth to know the Most High, and he calleth himself the child of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which we are. And we have the evidence right here in our Bible, man. In our Bible, in the history that's in the history that has been happening upon the earth, man. That's all we need is our Bible and the history to show forth the evidence, man. That's it. Okay. He was made to reprove our thoughts, and that's correct. And that's what we're doing right now. We're reproving these thoughts, man. We're showing forth your fucked up, cruel, grievous, horrific, no mercy ass history, man. Okay? And that's why you ain't gonna get no mercy from us, man. Okay? He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. And that's that goes into that precept, the wicked is an abomination to the righteous, and the righteous is an abomination to the wicked, roughly paraphrasing in Proverbs, man. Matter of fact, let me see if I think that's Proverbs. I'm gonna look and see if I can find it real quick. I'm not gonna dwell on it if I can't find it. I think. Yeah, Khan. This is Proverbs 29, verse 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. And there's also another one, but that's good enough. So again, instead of me breaking it down, we let the Bible break it down on that one. So I'm gonna jump back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and we're gonna close it out. I believe this is the last precept. Khan. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 15 again. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion, because our ways are of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is the correct way, man. Which is the correct, holy, separate way to keep us uprightly, to keep us shining, to keep us prospering, how Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai intended us to do so, man, and intended us to be, man. Okay, but it just shows you, man. This little chart right here, man. You can do so much history off of this right here, man. And I don't want to wrap this out, man. Salaki for it being a little bit too long. But still, I hope and pray that y'all got something out of it, man. So with that, I'm just gonna say, Koho Layim La. Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekak, Kwadash, Wathawada, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekak, Kwadash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, and uplift you through the power and spirit and words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. Out of one Ratazah into the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.